for this event. Father Gilasio Mendes, the Council of Facilitation Communication all over the world, Father Tommy Augustine, our rector, Father Nirmal Togo, the vice principal, Father James Chapo, the seminary director. We also welcome the respective deans, campus coordinators, the head of the departments, the faculty members, and our fellow students. God bless you. And a life without prayer is a life without God. With this quote in mind, please put your hands together for Titi and her group as they perform the beautiful prayer line.
Reverend Father, our guest today, the Counselor of Social Communication. Reverend Father, Rector for the Community, Reverend Father James Chapo, Rector of Community, Father Arvind Kapoor, the company and Head of Media in Calcutta Province, all the faculty and all the students. On behalf of the Honorable Speaker Head, however, being the 207th birth anniversary from the terror of the coronavirus today, we are grateful. We are grateful to God and we are grateful to you for having come to interact with the students and faculty of Solution College here at Sonata campus. We are eager to listen to you, learn from you. We are also here to celebrate with you the birthday of Bosco. I welcome all the fathers once again, all the faculty and all the students to this event. I especially appreciate the organizers, performers, you'll see them today in really different moments, for preparing for this event within just 2 days of holidays. Welcome everyone, and let us spend these hours together with Don Bosco with joy and meaning. May Don Bosco pray for us as we participate in this event. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Father, for your eloquent words. As light destroys darkness, in the same way knowledge destroys ignorance. A lighted lamp is the symbol of auspiciousness in our culture. With this in mind, I would like to request the guests of honor to come forward for the lighting of the lamp and pay homage to our dear Don Bosco with our traditional color. In the meantime, we have Yashna and Ria with a beautiful dress.
शुक्रिया for allowing
O glorious Saint John Bosco, on your 206th birthday, we remember you with gratefulness in order to lead young people to the feet of the Divine Master and to mold them in the light of faith and truth. You did heroically sacrifice yourself to the very end of your life. You did find Solution Institute to endure and bring a glorious work to the farthest boundaries of the earth. Obtain for us from God a holy love for one another, including all those exposed so many selections, so that we may generously spend ourselves in support from the dangers of the world and grow pure, graceful, and rich in wisdom. Amen. This poem was written by Don Bosco's own students at the Oratory in the 19th century, translated from Italian. Most of the boys at the Oratory were illiterate. Don Bosco embarked on a literacy program to educate and teach them life skills. Arise, brothers, for on this day our grateful hearts hail Don Bosco, our good shepherd, for the act of kindness he has shown us. Let the trumpets blare and the bells ring loudly, inviting the whole neighborhood to rejoice with us this day. Shout so all can hear. He is the light sent to us by the Lord to illumine the minds and hearts of the untortured young. He is a pillar of strength to the aged, to children without bread. He sustains and guides his young charges along the path of virtue. Sound off, therefore, all young and old, with loving hymns and shouts of praise upon this joyous day. And bowing before God, let us implore with all our hearts that to keep this pious man in our midst to the fullness of his years. The boys at the Oratory. Thank you.
Thank you, Shirley, for the prayer service. And now to enlighten us about the life of the founding father of the Salvation, Saint John Bosco, we have Father Jyoti Roy and Nanda performing the their speech. John Melchior Bosco, popularly known as Bosco, was an Italian Catholic priest, educator, and writer of the 19th century. While working in Turin, where the population suffered many of the ill effects of industrialization and urbanization, he dedicated his life to the betterment and education of street children, juvenile, delinquents, and other disadvantaged youth. He developed teaching methods based on love rather than punishment, a method that became known as the Salesian preventive system.
A follower of spirituality and philosophy of geography that helped the young boy be colonized.
On 18 April 1869, 1 year after the construction of the Basilica of Mary Help of Christians in Turin, Don Bosco established the Association of Mary Help of Christians, the ADMA, connecting it with commitments easily fulfilled by most common people to the spirituality and the missions of the Salesian congregation. The ADMA was founded to promote the veneration of the Most Holy Sacrament and Mary Help of Christians. In 1875, he began to publish the Salesian Bulletin. The bulletin has remained in continuous publication and is currently published in 50 different editions and 30 languages. In 1876, Bosco founded a movement of laity dedicated his life to service of abandoned and marginalized young people. He challenged the way young people were treated in desperate poverty that existed at that time in the city of Turin, Italy. Thus altering the course of history, he was driven by first-hand experience of the effects of dreadful poverty and hunger on the young people he came across. He was determined to change their condition. Others were inspired to follow him in responding to the needs of the young. He founded a religious order in the Catholic Church called the Salesians. This order was established in the poverty of the city. We consider it to be one of the most prosperous in the world today. Poverty, hardship, and hunger are nothing new. Poverty, both material and spiritual, even in Europe, but especially in other parts of the world. Those largely untouched by the progress we know in our continent. It is the privilege of the Salesians founded by the Don Bosco to continue his work for young people who are poor wherever they may be.
Don Bosco was born in a village called Vecchi in 1815. When he was only 2 years of age, he lost his father and was brought up by his mother, Margaret. Through a series of events in his youth, not least a very powerful dream he had as a young boy, he learned to become a leader for the young people he grew up with. Many of whom were very badly behaved. In order to relate to them, he needed to develop certain skills. He learned that by combining entertainment with teaching and training, he could achieve positive results. Entertained by his magical balancing act, the young people would gladly listen to lessons and pray with John Bosco.
It all started with a dream. Everyone needs a dream, a vision to inspire them. Don Bosco, when he was very young, had a dream. A man and a lady, both of great majesty, instructed him to prepare himself for a great battle. The battle appeared to be on behalf of a multitude of poor, unruly, and neglected children. He was told in this dream that he had the traits and skills to conquer the unruliness of these children and make them his friends.
The dream becomes an inspiration. This powerful dream continued to be a guiding force throughout his adolescence. It inspired him to become a priest. This followed 6 years of intense study. In 1841, just short of his 26th birthday, he was ordained a priest. In Italy, priests are called Don, followed by their family name. So John Bosco became Don Bosco as we refer.
A priest, Don Bosco realized how he needed to live out his vocation. The Industrial Revolution was spreading into northern Italy. There was a great deal of poverty, desolation, turmoil, and revolution on the streets of the city. Young people had been abandoned and lived in hopelessness. They lived their awful lives, whatever the cost to themselves or others. He was shocked at the conditions they endured and the things they did to enable them to eat and to survive. This was the cause of the industrial improvement that would bring us all the high standards we have enjoyed this century. The cost of this progress in human terms was unbearable. Don Bosco, the young priest, became completely focused on his vocation when he entered the prisons. He wrote, To see so many children from 12 to 18 years of age, all healthy, strong, intelligent, lacking spiritual and material food was something that horrified me. In the face of such a situation, he made his decision. I must, by any available means, prevent children ending up here. Don Bosco now saw how his dream and the guidance it gave were needed. He knew a new approach was required. He needed to show them were better ways for these healthy, intelligent young people to lead their lives.
The name Salesians. John Bosco had a great admiration for St. Francis de Sales. Francis, who was born near Geneva, 21st August 1567, was patron saint of Piedmont and Savoy and much loved by John Bosco. He wished his followers to be filled with the spirit of Francis de Sales, a kindness that was all-embracing, a gentleness that was strong, a love that was humble, that was for Francis, there was no religious elite. Holiness was possible for everybody, no matter their position, stage, or career in life. Francis used a simple metaphor to sum up his work. When he said, you catch more flies with a spoonful of honey than a barrel of vinegar. In other words, love is stronger than violence or force of any kind. John Bosco fully agreed, and he named his congregation after Francis de Sales, hence the name Salesians.
So after a life of achieving so much for young people, Don Bosco died at the dawn of 31st of January 1888 at the age of 73. When others flocked to him of his fantastic achievements, he would always interrupt and say, I have done nothing by myself. It is Our Lady who has done everything. Today, the Salesians of Don Bosco continue this great work operating on the principles Don Bosco left us. Thank you.
Thank you, Partner, for shedding light on the life of Don Bosco. Next, we have a next performance by our college students, Peter, Eric Holmes, and his group, who will be performing the Don Bosco hymn, Live It. Thank you for that performance. Now, for the next phase of our program, I request Father Rector to come up on the podium to commence the motivated proclaims.
Dear Father, with us within this General Council for Social Community Engineering, Chief Guest and Speaker of the Day, Bosco, Provincial Social Community, Deans, Heads of Departments, members of the faculty, and my students. I wish a good and pleasant morning to all of you and a very happy Bosco Jayanti. Very hearty welcome once again to Father Mendes, and many thanks for being with us on this occasion. Salesian College has always been a publishing hub since its inception. It began with printing the magazine called Our Lady of Diana, and the leaflet called Just for You, the Youth Center magazine from Karan Mitra, and so on. Many of our faculty are authors themselves in their own right, and they've been columnists in many of these magazines. In the last decade or so, Salesian College has published over 35 books, besides the Salesian Journal of Humanities and Social Sciences. We have become a respected publishing house, receiving requests from authors to have their books and articles published. We're also involved in translation works from English to Indian languages and vice versa. And today we are happy to announce that we're going to release yet another of our publication, and I believe it's a very beautiful occasion to release a book because today is the birthday of Don Bosco, a publisher, a writer, a media person in that sense, and we have Father Gildas with us to do that honor. The book that we are going to release today is by Father Dr. Soroj Mulvik, an alumnus and former faculty of Salesian College, Sonara. It is in Bengali language and it is entitled Salesian Sahyogidea Gathan Prakriya Nirdesika. Means a man of Salesian Corporation. The congregation has been laying much stress on involvement of lay people and have them in the mission and information. And Salesian Cooperators was a lay association founded by John Bosco himself. And this book in Bengali is a manual for their formation. Two words about the author, Father Dr. Soroj Mullik SDB. He has a licentiate in faith education and a doctorate in theology education in the multicultural and pluri-religious context of India. And he was awarded PhD in the year 2006. He has a number of years of experience teaching in college, institution college particularly, and in formation of future priests. His area of research interests includes catechetics, liturgy, liturgical music, theology, spirituality, Asian religions and cultures. He has contributed a number of articles and research papers to journals like Catechetics India, Vidhi Christi Jyoti, Journal, Third Millennium Journal, Cross Currents, Indian Pastoral Review, Indian Spirituality, Mission Today, Journal of Asian Theology, World Worship, and Janadiva. Besides writing, he is interested in youth ministry, counseling, retreat animation, teachers and parents animation in schools. During the pandemic period, he has published digitally 6 books, 3 of them in Bengali language. Currently, he serves Bangalore Basilica, rendering pastoral and catechetical services to the parishioners and to the pilgrims. We are very pleased to have Father Gibraltar, General Counsel of Social Communication, release this book today. But first, we shall have a short promo on this book. Thank you, Bruno, for your presentation. May I now call upon Father Vilas to introduce on stage to release the book for us.
মাথার উপরে ঘোরা ও শিলি যাচ্ছে
They like the provincial delegate for social community. And the second copy to Father Dr. James Chapel, Rector of the Children. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father Rector. Next up, I request Dr. Terence Mukhya, the Arts Deanery of the College, to come up on the stage.
On the occasion of the 207th birthday anniversary of Don Bosco, our father and founder, I would like to wish you all a very happy Bosco journey. And Bosco on such an auspicious occasion. World Counselor Restoration Communication, Father Villas dos Santos is a Salesian priest born in Brazil on 18 March 1963. He studied philosophy and theology in Sao Paulo and social communication in Rome. He later attained a master's and PhD in virtual reality at the Department of Telecommunication of Michigan State University and Wayne State University, Michigan, USA. He was academic prorector of UCDB, the Bosco Catholic University in Campo Grande, Brazil. He is a member of the NCA, National Communication Association, USA. He is the author of 20 books in Portuguese, English, and Italian. He has written several scientific articles. He is a lecturer and researcher in the area of digital media networks and human interactions. Bonifacio speaks Portuguese, also a music composer. In 2020, he was elected World Counselor for Communication Facilities. He is presently residing in Rome at the headquarters of Salesian Congregation. Today, Father Bosco will speak to the students and faculty of Salesian College Sonata on the theme Young People in the. We welcome you, Father. We welcome you to enrich us with your knowledge, experience, and wisdom. Father, please.
Yes, sir.
So it's a great pleasure
Your father called.
to be with you here today. I want to greet Father Tommy, Augustine, the Hector, Father George, Father Theo, Principal, Father Normal, Toad, Principal. I want to greet all the professors, sisters, each one of you. It is the day that we celebrate the feast of San Bosco. Of course, you are here to celebrate, music and dance, and I'm more up to sing rather than give a conference. But I will share with you some thoughts, taking this occasion. Actually, I did not write anything, but I will share with you some ideas, feelings, thoughts that may help you. Well, the first thing I'd like to tell you, I was very impressed driving to this place, going up. When I got here, I said, my goodness, who built these? The angels? Because I think it's much easier to get, bricks from heaven than from down there in the city to this place. Wow, beautiful place, beautiful view. And as I was driving up to this place, the first thought that came, the Salesians, brave Salesians, pioneers, who many years ago gave their lives, their energy, they did all they could to be present in this area. Don Bosco is here today. I want to congratulate my Salesian conference. Study is hard, huh? I think the hardest things in life is to study. And who study is someone who spent part of my life in university. It's hard to get up every day, get the books, go to the university, listen to lessons, prepare the examination, and then you don't know the future, what the future holds to you, right? We study. So, study is prayer. It's very important. I don't know your situation in this religion, but based on what I know about young people, they are not sure about their faith. Because of agriculture, very personalized the prayer, and finally told the prayer, and finally told me that this beauty, that is moment, is motion, is present, that is love. The best concept of God, God is love, God is light. And we move within this dynamic in the universe, with the culture, people, with the waters, with the skies, all animals, all planets, God creation. God reveals himself through the beauty of the creation that he himself did. It's very important, this idea, what we call ecology, integral ecology. This is here in Bangladesh. Liturgy. That's it. Why? I don't want to go much into this because take off here. Who invented this? Came from geometry. Geometry. If you look around, anything is either square or side, right? If you look here, what's this? You are better communicated in digital era you are. Better artist you are, better you be any area. I don't know if you know, probably not. Nowadays, this big corporation like Amazon, Apple, threaten environment. Nobody. Today it's about comprehending this diversity. So I'd like to finish telling you about where the world is living right now. Based, what I know about China, India, Asia, Europe, because I study politics and I follow what's going on. My friends, it's very important to consider today in the class that we are taking the importance of putting sciences to contribute to the good of the humanity. What does science contribute to ecology? What does science help in terms of preserving the environment? How can science help us to preserve our culture, our heritage, our people? How can science, to preserve the river, the water, the food? How to promote what we call today economy that is sustainable? I really like one thing that struck me in India is to see food everywhere. We even selling, apples and fish, chicken. Yeah, this is great. This is great because culinary is spirituality. Food is spirituality. You cannot get disconnected from food because if you do, we get sick. Neurosciences has taught us that food is about emotions. Emotions thought deeply our being. Enjoy the food, the culture, the traditions. And finally, talk about St. John Bosco. John Bosco is a genius, this man. We have not understood John Bosco completely, man. But John Bosco, why John Bosco is known everywhere? Everywhere. Because he did invest in art. He was a pianist. He played the violin. John Bosco wrote few songs. John Bosco wrote poetry. He wrote many books, artists. Don Bosco was a man who had a great faith, because we need faith. We need faith. It's very important faith, because faith is like a light that shines bright within us, in front of us. Faith gives us direction. And finally, Don Bosco taught us the sense of joy. Joy. Loving God, loving Mary, Mother of Jesus, being together as a family. So I thank you for your attention and wish the best to you, to your family, and thank you for the opportunity to address to you here today. Thank you very much. Do I need to sing, Father? May I sing a song? Hello. I want to sing this song, but I talked too much. At the end, I didn't have to sing to you. I like this song because it spoke about unity. Be one. We are not the same. Care each other. One, one, one. It's a song by YouTube. But here that I can see this. I see the word here. Is the here on the side, I think much better. It's too small, the words. It's getting better. Say, he's on you now. You got someone to blame. You say, what was your life? When he lies, what love you can't shake. Leaving you alone, yeah, free. Did I disappoint you? Ultimamente sem your mouth. You are like you never had love. You want to go down. Too late, tonight. That is but something to delight. My word, but we're not staying together. Get each other, get each other. I'm willing to face death. I'm willing to face love. There's never seen your man. You ask too much, more than what you gave me. Oh my God, but you would, but you are not saying well. You hurt each other, we hurt each other. You say, love is terrible, love my voice, love is terrible, love my voice. You got me to my back, and you make me wrong. And I can go on, yeah. When all you have to learn, one love, one sisters, brothers, we're saying that we get each other, get each other. Oh, lot to say here.
Hello. So Father has given us a very good talk. I hope you have been sufficiently inspired, and some of you may be itching to ask some questions to Father. And this is the time for you to ask questions to Father. Just to give a recapitulation, Father started by sharing his ideas, feelings, and experiences, which he clearly highlighted. And mentioned that he was quite taken up by this place. And his famous statement, up, 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 no? That really impressed him very much. He went to talk about pioneers, those who slept, and those who really did sacrifice to establish a big place like this, and really feels Don Bosco's presence here. Then Father went on to highlight that study is prayer. For Don Bosco, work was prayer, and study is the work. So work is prayer. Then, even I don't know that 60% youth in Italy are unemployed. Situation is worse in India, of course. So Father has encouraged all of us to think about our future. Then he went on to tell us about Don Bosco came from a very simple family, and many great personalities are from simple families. He was inspired by the girls dancing here, and he taught God as light, as movement, and God as dancing. He went on to talk about his Korean friend and one who is in Bangladesh. Then he talked about variety that they are engaged in. And Father encouraged us to learn all these skills because Don Bosco was a jack of all trades and he was masters of many. Technology is nothing new, it is shaped. He gave us example of geometry and the shapes around us, it had that from the beginning. Only the thing is, we are touching upon it and developing it. These days, not just resume, but your power of sensibility will be tested. Therefore, it's not enough that you just submit a very, very attractive resume. No. And there is no time for aggression these days. Relationship is important, and internet is witness to that fact. And of course, we are famous, Indians are famous for unity and diversity. Nobody wants to be in insecure environment. And today, the entire world, even father's place Italy and including India, is struggling how to promote sustainable economy. And finally, Father concluded by saying, Don Bosco was a genius, a man of faith, spreading light, and such a faith gave direction. He taught us how to live joyfully. And to add to what Father said, Don Bosco often said, holiness consists in being cheerful. Now over to you. You can ask any type of question to Father. Good questions. Don't get frightened to ask Father. And here our Father is waiting to give you answers. Okay, Father? Yes. Yes. Get hold of the mic. Yeah. Father wants a pair of questions, so two persons at a time can pose questions.
So, buongiorno, Father, Reverend Father Gervasio Mendes. First of all, it was an honor to have you here, and especially that song from YouTube. It really touched me. I'm a huge YouTube fan. And so, my question to you, Father, is that you have received formal education both in Roma, Italia, and in the United States. So, I would just like to have a brief thing between the difference between the education and
Okay, well, good question. No difference between Italy, the university in Italy and the United States. Well, in Italy, when I go to the United States, the first meeting I had with the professor, Father, you guys do like statistics. So that was, what you need to take 5 years statistics, to get your doctoral studies. So I have to study statistics. First thing, I have to study regression, fact analysis, correlations, path analysis, so on and so on. Very pragmatic. Second, do you want to get your PhD? What is your project? You have a project, have ideas? No, don't put ideas. What's your project? Well, my project is one. How would you like to contribute to the humankind with your project? I like to do this. Therefore, I will follow you. So now I say very pragmatic. We want to see what's your project you have in hands. And if you are able to answer scientifically one question only, not raise two questions. And what is your contribution for the society, the science society? I like the system. Europe is a little bit more theoretical. They have 20 books in front of you. The professor, page 10, what is there? Is that? I'm not saying that one is better. I think they both complement each other. I'd say Europe is more qualitative, and the United States is more quantitative. America is more numbers. Europe is more ideas, but they complement each other. But it's not easy. Either Europe and United States are very demanding, very enriching. I personally think so, the quantitative methodology, but we need to know about values, okay? Values. If you don't teach values, you can really have difficulty in our head. Congratulations, because I know here you speak values. Okay, next question.
Thank you, Father. I hope you are satisfied. Okay, next question, please.
Excuse me, Father, my name is Raya, and I have a question for you. As you talked about vector graphics and illustrations, can you tell us some of the scopes in graphic design?
Graphic design?
Yes, Father.
I mean the scope?
Yes, Father.
Well, I don't know if I got your question. Nowadays, everything is about drawing, right? Designing. Anything we do, design. Graphic design, computer, website, app, virtual reality. Now have this phenomenon of the metaverse. Everything has to be designed. You design the environment. Let's think about here. This environment. Nowadays we only talk about environment. Is an environment. Okay. You have to consider the five senses: seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, and exactly. Yes. So communication nowadays is all about five senses. The body think about rationality. So you design so that you have colors, sound, you can interact with the environment. Right? Another thing is thinking about how the brain works. Okay? We need to study a little bit about the brain, neurosciences, a little bit, not too much, because there are some difficulties there to level with psychoanalysis, cognitive, behaviorism, Jung, Freud, and so on and so on. But we need to understand a little bit about how our brain works, okay? Because the use of colors is important nowadays when you work with environment. Because we are talking about immersing ourselves into the environment. We're prepared here, we have to consider the color. Is color good, or should put another color? Okay, what color of lighting? The environment. So everything we build nowadays, we are thinking about the five senses and about the immersive experience. These are being used everywhere, shopping centers, in any business, all over the place. People are considering the power of the environment. And in fact, nowadays I tell you, if you want to work with people, you have to think about the environment. Because if you put them in a dark room, dark, no color, etc., you already miss 90% of the
Good morning, Father. My name is Pratyeka.
you talked about youth in digital world. So my question for you is, what is the role of technology in youth, and how is it affecting youth?
Yeah, good question. Technology, of course, we need technology. Technology go neck to neck with everything. Technology. However, first creative than technology. I give an example. I know some friends who work for fashion in Italy, especially Milan. Milan is the capital of fashion in the world. So now how they do? They think first. They came to the lab with some ideas. Oh, last night I was eating spaghetti and I came up with an idea of a new fashion, how to to draw a new blazer. Then he get the pen, start to draw. What do you think? After finish, give to the computer. Right? Then you go to technology. So the most important is the human creativity. And yesterday I was talking to the students. Creativity is fundamental to the world. Be creative. We are so eager looking for creative people, really. Creativity. Now, this was composed creativity. How would I do think differently? How would I present this idea creatively? Creativity is important. This is why I like to link art and creativity. We are really insignificant. Now, what do you do? Well, I collect information, share information. What about you? Genuine. What are your ideas, your passion? What you have to contribute? I want to see that. Okay? Be original, be yourself, be creative, imagination, technology, bring along.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you, Father. Hope you are satisfied with the answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We can, I hope we can expect few more questions. We have some time left.
I like the question, very intelligent, smart questions. Go ahead.
Hello, Father. So my name is Robert University, and my question for you is that according to you, what is the difference between studying and learning, if there is any? Because I see everyone is studying more than ever, but no one is learning upfront. So, and in the context of education, what can we do that we focus more on learning and less on studying? Because I feel there is a difference between these two.
It's a sophisticated question. It's about study, learning. Yeah? You said?
Yes.
Are you a philosopher?
Trying to be.
Yeah, good question. Listen. I think that nowadays we want to get one idea, then give fundament to this idea, then practice this idea. I used to say there is nothing more practical than a good theory. This is learning, this is research. Work this idea, develop this idea, implement, concretize this idea. That's it. So study is not something away from reality. It's not about imperialism, you say, huh? It's there out of this world. It's about verifying reality. When you talk about study, learning is about reality. What do I learn from reality? What this weather teach me? This food, this illness, this situation. I have to be attentive to the phenomenon of reality. What's going on inside of me? I need to verify. So being a student, study and learning is a continual research process. It's about curiosity. Be curious about things. Don Bosco was genuinely curious. How do I do that? How do I transform that? How do I do this differently? How do I update this? It's about making questions, okay? One of the most important things, my friends, is the ability to raise questions. Don't worry about many answers, questions. Raise a question. What the meaning of life? Why do I do that? What does my family mean? What does God mean to me? What I want to do with my existence? Why do I need to die? Why do I need to love? How do I love? What I like to pursue in life? Big question. Because through question, you get the best and the most original answers. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you, Father. Yeah, over to MCs.
Thank you so much, Father. We are very grateful for your presence today. And now, dance being a part of man's life, from the primitive to the most cultured community, appears to have evolved even before it began to speak of faith. We, the people of Darjeeling, have a rich culture that celebrates life in its most joyous form. Please welcome students from the Mass Communication Department who will be presenting a cultural dance performance. Thank you so much guys for that wonderful performance. And now, an event like this cannot be complete without extending our gratitude to the people who are behind it. I request Ashwini Kamu, Assistant Professor to the Department of English, to provide us with the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. To propose the vote of thanks to all. I, Ashwini Kamu, on behalf of the entire fraternity of the institution, extend my